So where do you stand? DMB, Ken, Brian?
Oh, I am DMB in and out. I mean, I've always been DMB, and I'm still DMB, and I'll forever be DMB, I think so, until he decides not to run for elections. I am convinced that at this material moment, he stands and he gives our party the best shot in elections 2028, and I think that we should all rally behind him for a good chance at elections 2028.
But why DMB?
Why DMB? DMB has been marketed once already. I mean, he's already a household name across the nation. We're not starting from scratch unless he has something to build on. I'm sure you've heard about the I can't NPP slogan.
Right.
The way you pretend to look at me, I can't NPP slogan. I believe that in a very difficult elections in 2024, more than 4 people out of every 10 Ghanaians gave him thought that he was a man to lead Ghana. And so going again into an elections, and it's been shown over time that a Ghanaian voter has some likeness for persistence on the ballot paper. And for all those who have put themselves up to lead our party at this material time, he's the person who has been there before. And I think that he stands tall amongst the 5 people who have actually put themselves out to lead the party. Then again, I mean, relative to the people who have put themselves out, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in the space of 16 years in public life, I mean, he's shown exemplary leadership. I think that the way he's held himself, what he's brought to the table, and I believe that he's brought so much to the vice presidency position, and that we've not seen since 1992, and that's a lot of people who concede to that. I think that DMB has shown a lot of vision. I mean, he's taken on projects that he's been able to run even as a vice president. Given that he becomes the ultimate or the executive president that we run in this nation, I believe that he's going to have a lot of impact on all sectors of our facets of our lives in this country. And I think that at this material moment, on both sides of the political divide, he has experience, he has exposure, and I think that we should give him the opportunity to lead this country in 2028. That's what I'm
Now speaking about this, Akana NPP, what makes you believe that the 41% that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia garnered in the last elections is still there, is guaranteed?
I'm saying that in the very difficult elections in 2024, I mean, going into the elections, we as politicians, we believe we're going to win. Besides that, we were reading reports, the EIU reports and other quite credible reports were giving us the outlook in the run up to the elections. Given that sort of situation, and he garnered, I say, for every 10 Ghanaians that you see, more than 4 of them thought that even in 2024, he had or he should lead the country. Now, what it means that he has more than 4. What you need is, if one person shifts position, he's home and dry. And that is what we are working at. And so when you say Akana NPP, means that he garnered 41.7% of the votes. What we need is 9% of the voting population to come on his side.
But the question is that 41 still there?
Is it still there?
Know it for a fact?
That is why I keep saying that in the most difficult elections that we went into, given the cyclical nature of our elections, 8 years in, 8 years out, he still garnered that level of votes. I believe that majority, probably 99% of those who thought that he was a good candidate in 2024 will stick by him. And what we need is another 9%, another 1% shifting position, and we are home and dry. I think that he stands tall. I mean, in 2008, Professor Mills won elections by the slimmest of margins. I mean, what we need It's just one person shifting position, and we're home and dry. That is the thinking behind the Akana.
No elections are the same.
Certainly not.
Yes.
But the Ghanaian voter has shown that candidates who have persisted, who have been repeated on the ballot paper. Professor Mills tried 3 times. President Kufuor did twice.
Okay.
Nana Akufo-Addo Kufuor did 3 times. If you take the outliers, President Rawlings coming in after he has led the country for over 10 years, and then President Mahama going into his first election as a sitting president, those who have persisted, those who have been repeated on the ballot paper, tend to be favored by the voter. And that is the advantage Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has over the other contenders within the party. If we don't repeat him and we bring a new candidate, it means that we are starting on the scratch. And thankfully, President Mahama has come out to say that he's not going to run whatever happens. He's not going to run in the elections in 2028. It presupposes that the NDC are going to bring a new candidate. And I mean, who has won presidency in Ghana at the first attempt? I mean, President Rawlings' situation is an outlier. Who has won at the first attempt? Nobody has done that before. So for us, we think that we have an advantage, repeating him as a candidate